So, hi YouTube, it's Carlisa Victoria. My video that I was just filming just cut off, and it's actually of no use, so I'm recording again. But basically, I'm taking out my sew-in. I did have a sew-in in for like a month. I wanted to keep it in for 2 months, but I'm ready to wash and condition my hair. It's been itching, and I haven't been liking the way this weave has been looking. It's been raining a lot here, and apparently, you know, I wash and condition this, but I still don't like how it looks. It looks pretty matted and like not good when it hits rain. So this hair is a no-go for the rainy season for me. Once I don't want this hair anymore, but it was 18 inches, so it was down here. But as you can see, I've cut it just because, you know, like it's getting hot when I'm trying to take this hair out. And when I am trying to take my hair out, it's like I cut all of the inches like straight across, and then I keep cutting to get closer up, because my focus is the roots, not the not per se the actual weave on the bottom. That's just extra. So I have these two parts left, and they've been like challenging because I don't want to cut my real hair. As you can see, these are the parts that start the sew-in, and I'm trying to follow the pattern, because every time I, you know, get a sew-in or I put a sew-in in or whatever, I make sure that I put a stocking cap on. I don't like to, like a net. I don't like my hair being sewn down without a net. It sometimes makes it a little easier, but lately, I don't know if it's because the dark hair and the growth, sometimes it's a little bit like the thread is embedded like so deeply that it looks like my hair in some sections. So I have to really, really be careful. I know you guys probably can't see me that much because I'm trying to get up to this piece of hair without cutting my own hair is the goal. As you guys can see, my hair is really, really wrapped around this. This has been not the easiest sew-in to take out this time around, and that's why sometimes I do get leery of leaving my sew-ins long. I mean, you know, like a lot of people do leave sew-ins for a little while or what have you, more than a month, you know, sometimes 2 months, 3 months. It depends on how it holds and stuff. But I always hate the takedown stage, because I don't want the thread to begin to merge with my real hair, causing me to, you know, cut or lose real hair. So gotta be really careful and patient. So if you're ever taking your sew-in out, please take it out when you have a little bit of time, because if you take it out in a rush, you just might be coming back to taking forever to figure out what you need to do to get your hair back on track. The goal today is to take this out, wash, condition. You know, I'm actually debating. I bought 2 hair dyes. I already have bleach here in case I went blonde, because I've been debating blonde for a while. But if I wore my hair blonde, it would be strictly because I, you know, really like that pop. But also I would have to really rock my natural hair a lot, because that would be my main purpose, to just have a pop of color on the natural. So I don't know if I'm going to dye my hair jet black yet. I did buy the dye just because I haven't dyed my hair in a long time. So I'm starting to get what my natural hair colors are, which, you know, sometimes it could vary. It could be like 3 different colors. Like, kid you not, 3 different colors. So, if I dye it jet black, you know, that always makes it look fresher, it looks better, or whatnot. And, you know, like, everybody's a happy camper. So it's between black that I currently have in blonde. So now I am out of the weave. What do we do next? Now we're going to take this cap off. You guys can see I have the cap on my hair. So now I have to find the thread that's leading the cap so that we can get the cap off. And again, like I said, you want to be real careful not to cut your real hair, even though my real hair is really merging in with this cap. It gets a little bit scary if you ask me. So I'm just going to start over here actually. Let me see if I got a better grip on this side than the other side. Because if I do, that, which it looks like I might, then we can start carrying the cap. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm just snipping. I don't have on my glasses, so I per se can't see the thread. Sometimes I can feel the thread and I snip, snip, snip. And other times I need to look in the mirror because I can't see nor feel the thread. So we're just basically trying to get the cap off without cutting my real hair. You know, and I feel thread here. And be careful with whatever scissors you're using, because if you keep cutting, your fingers might start to swell up, just for the simple fact they keep being in a, you know, motion where your fingers are like crimped. So what I like to do is make sure that my fingers are like this. Don't let your fingers slip through if you have smaller fingers. Do not let them slip through, because like I said, if you've been taking your hair out for a little while, sometimes your fingers can start to swell, and if they do swell, the last thing you want is for your fingers to get caught up. So, you know, I've gotten most of this off. I still feel some strings. So we've gotten this off. This is the net that was underneath my sewing. And we got that off. So if you guys can see, oops, I have to sweep my floor up again. I just swept and I have to do it again because I just took my hair out. But this net covered my whole head, but you can see it's like, it was more like this type of to cover, but it was a full net at first, and we cut it, of course, so that we can sew on the net and it does not directly hit my hair. So I'm throwing this away, don't need it anymore. Now we're left to this. Whew. This was my leave out, as you guys can see, which I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to treat this, like really do some treatment to this, because my leave outs were getting touched by heat an awfully lot of time. So then most of the time when you get your sewing, your hair is braided in a pattern. Sometimes your braids are tucked. You guys may or may not be able to see, but sometimes the braids are tucked, so you have to kind of like find them and bring them out, you know, because they were sewn or something, you know. So you find them, you bring them out. So I'm bringing all my braids out. Now basically what I'm going to do here, guys, I think I got them mostly down. Still some that are tucked, but I'm just going to start undoing my braids. But basically you can use a rat tail tooth comb if you need. Sometimes I don't need to, sometimes I do to get it started. Most of the time I don't. It all just depends on like how my hands feel and my nails feel as far as gripping the edges. So I'm just really gonna undo these braids. As you can see, I'm undoing my braids. This is my real hair, so you know, you might see some hair coming out. That's just extra hair from, let's hope this was hair from the weave. Yeah, the way that it feels like it was hair from the weave. It's really curly, but I think